How's everyone doing? This is Rob with Creators Camp Media and Closer Certification. Today we're going to be going into 6 big closers that all kind of teach mentorship, coaching, one-on-one. And I'm actually going to be using our new tool that we use. We have a YouTube scraper that I developed. We use a lot of KPIs and analytics. So I always like to look at peer groups and take a look. So I think the digital landscape, whether you're going to be certified, which I don't think there's any value in. I think it's more important to have assets, tools, relationships, like people you can talk to be a part of community, to have access to a job board, to be able to ask. I think you can ask a lot of questions around the board. So it's important to check into some of these. What we're going to be doing is actually looking at their content and see who ranks higher and checking out followers. So this is Sena. He's got 2,000 followers. He's got some videos on it from remote closing, complete closer, how to become a leader, remote closing. So what we do is, instead of taking the chance on that, I can scrape 6 peer competitors and pull all of the info, and we can look at their top results. If you guys want me to do anybody else, please let me know. I would be happy to. Just comment on any video. We have Marcus. Marcus has 8,500 followers. If you guys aren't aware, he's definitely not the largest, but he's been helping sales reps. And I think it depends on where you're at. I don't see the need 100% for this. It's just kind of what's emerged. I think these guys, what they've done a good job with, these are not only the guys doing it, they also are creators themselves, which means you can look at their content and other ones. There's other people that don't have as much. You got Johnny. Johnny's one of my favorites. He speaks very well. He is experienced. He's respectable. I think he's focused on technicalities just like me. I think he's focused on improvement and iterations. And, now I've never met any of these guys, but I watch a lot of his content, and he speaks very well. So what we're going to end up doing, he has High Ticket Syndicate, which I've seen before. And you can see he's newer. So it's good to see these newer guys that are growing followings. He's been able to grow a pretty big following. Now, whether or not he's done that organically or through other methods, that's not really the purpose of this call. We're just looking at the content and covering high ticket sales, closer certification, there's female ones too, but traditionally the people that work with this would coach either person. Vince Del Monte is for fitness. He's in one that's large enough that he can coach. So I would expect him to be a little more targeted and perform better. He has a much larger following. So I think something that we've looked at too is teaching within a niche and working with offers within a niche too, which I think can really help you out. A lot of the times, I think that's going to get you a lot further. And in Miami, it's a pretty big industry. So the fitness industry is massive. If you go to any events, they're amazing. You've got, I think that's 4 so far. Brian Choi, he's got 6,000 subs. And a lot of these guys do retreats. I'm not sure about how he does, but you can see how he's like standing in front of one. So they do one-day events or the weekend events or launch events or meet with other business owners. And it might be in a location as well, which is always great. So that's always been a way to teach. I think that's, a really impressive way to do it. And I really like that style. I don't think it's like pushy at all. I think they're getting a lot of value. I don't think they're just buying an online course. So sometimes I think you can roll in, come down, check us out, meet the team, do this, whatever it is. And then you got Grayson. Grayson has 15,500 followers. He has 294 videos, and a lot of the way that they, like, this guy says DM, but you can't DM on Instagram. So I think some of the stuff they haven't really edited. I think when you start to do it, our main platform is YouTube. This focus is, you can see he's got different backdrops. This is the way that I think is doing very well. This guy's doing a really good job positioning, although his videos aren't ranking as high as they could. We see a lot of guys that are ranking really well using comment boosters and other technical, what I would say isn't always agreed upon as the right way to do it. But Let me get the last channel link. And then what we're going to do is actually take their organic content. It's going to take the last 250 videos of all of these guys, and we'll be able to see how we do it. So if you guys want any industry, or you have someone that I missed, let me know. We take this, and then what we do is we run a Python script on it. And this is actually probably my number one tool that I've been using lately, because it's giving me a lot of organic. It's showing me what's not working and what is. And if I look at that Fiverr time, eventually you kind of just learn it and you know how to talk, so you don't have to continue to do it. But I think it's also a useful tool for what we're offering. So we're going to do this one inside a terminal. And let's run this. This will add. And I have so many. We're doing like, so Sean, it'll pull us 250 videos, and then it puts the stats in there. What our tool does for this, we like doing this within the high ticket space, or closing, or certification, or mentorship, or coaching, or any of these, because it's going to show you how well these guys are performing, if they're making content, if they have good engagement, and let you focus in on why their method or their profiles may be doing better organically. So let's dive in. Let's look at that. Let's take a look here. So we'll start with Sean, and what this does is it pulls this. So this is the lifetime metrics, total views, likes, and comments. It'll show his top views, which you could see these are really low. You know, I probably wouldn't even look twice at these. They're kind of extrapolated because he's not getting crazy pulls. But you can also check his cadence. He's doing some shorts and at least one long form. You can see the names of some of those. Life advisor call, remote sales full course, the price of remote independence, closing is life, the importance of having clarity, how to close sales via chat. And I think these are okay, but you could see the engagement rates where they're headed. He's kind of headed in the right direction, his overall, and then it kind of gives a default. This isn't really a big enough account to have enough data on, so we'll just keep moving. We did Sean. Let's move on to Marcus. Marcus Gilhooley, 492,000 views, which is pretty good. Remember, guys, these guys are in a certain niche. You can see his upload cadence as well. He's got an average of 77 likes per video, 5 comments, short forms and long forms. How to become a high-ticket closer, step-by-step guide for beginners. That's one of his top ones with good engagement. You can see the right length, 780 seconds, 10 to 15 minutes. We keep ours the same. I changed my life in 6 months, and you can too. He's using very easy one. He's talking directly to the person. You can do it too. Why learning about the pyramids will make you 6 figures. That's kind of a clickbait one, but it's good. He's got decent likes on it, not a lot of views. Closing a 4K deal. Live sales calls with every objection. Now, what we're trying to do on some of our channels are pit celebrations, vlogs, in-person meetings, negotiations, all sorts. So day in the life of are very popular YouTube type styles. Let's see here. Taxes used by millionaires. And then his worst stuff is emotion, optimized, why you suck, female closers, just a little bit more unrelated. I would say overall decent engagement. Again, not enough volume. So some of these channels, we're not picking big enough search volumes, which you could see, but there might be a really strong click-through, or it might be really targeted in the places that you're at. All right, let's see here. Marcus. I think let's do Johnny. Johnny's one of the best. I really like his stuff. Let's check it out. He has 51 longs and 1 short form. It's 10,000 likes, 700 comments. Now, some of the other guys that we work with, they're doing comment boosts, and they're growing because they're pushing their engagement by engagement farming. And I don't think any of these guys are doing that. So these are newer YouTubers. But we just study, Closing a stubborn 4,000 sales call, that's good. That's in the price range. We typically say 2 to 4K. High ticket sales role plays from a 300K sales rep. 8 dark psychological sales hack to sell anything to anyone. I think talking about psychology and positioning and some of the technicalities of sales calls is a little bit better when you break it down. 7 steps that will turn you into a sales machine. 31 minutes of sales training, how to overcome every type of money objection. High ticket sales role play. 5 questions. And then you can see his worst stuff, which is how to make 10K a month as a beginner, how this guy doubled his sales, how this kid. So he's gotten a lot more technical. He's using numbers. He's talking about outcomes. He's got a lot of different things that people can relate to. Watch me, learn from me, live sales trainings, learn how to, anytime you see live, we've seen live as a word right in the front is doing well. If it was live, if you did a live training or you did you had access and then you change an offer, anything like that. So pretty good account and still a little smaller. Let's keep moving. Alrighty, who's next? Vincent. I don't think we did him yet. Yeah, this is great. So Vincent is really good. He's really in the niche space, and fitness is so easy because it is. So one of the things that I recommend is if the niche is big enough, you can do this. You have to check search volumes and test your offer. His is really, there's some big guys. The most successful ones are picking one. I sell to females. I sell in the fitness niche. I sell digital products. I sell mentorships. I help coaches. I help people that do mentorships. I help launch and scale offers. There's a lot of different things. So let's see his stuff. He's got 11,000 likes, 3,000 comments, which is really good. Good engagement, good long form, good short form. He's got good cadences. Why I quit caffeine and what happened after 9 months. He doesn't have to say it twice. Why I quit testosterone. These are a little long. I would shorten them up. How healed entrepreneurs are dominating. I don't know who Jen is. I'm going to skip it. Michael Bird, how to activate the 7-figure formula for fitness, overcoming struggles. So he talks about a good mix, mindset, technicalities, and other. He talks about challenges, like challenge, my 30-day challenge. I didn't drink caffeine for 30 days. Here, what's happened. A lot of these types can work well. And then you can see his more technical stuff that's not relatable. Stop following fitness dogma, counting calories. His is more related to, and again, you're not seeing all those, but his best one is why I quit caffeine and what happened after 9 months, which is good. Okay. Again, I'm not seeing them. It seems like high ticket in general is a smaller niche. You're not seeing creators with 1 million followers, 2 million followers, which is one of the things that we're experimenting with. I have technicalities. We have B2B. We have digital advertising. In the mediums, we're looking at all the content and seeing what's coming out. And we're seeing what ranks for other channels too, which is why we break these down. Let's see what our last one is here. I think I have one more. Okay, this is great. This guy's talking about training and mentorships. I bought this. I followed this. I trained by this guy. So you see he's got great views. Ultimate Guide to High Ticket Sales in 2025. He's got a 7-hour course. You see a lot of resources, but I think it's a lot. I wouldn't sit down for that. I spent XXK. He should have just put the number. I sucked at sales, then became Jeremy Miner's number 2 closer. Here's my story. He bought the Inner Circle course. Stop using sales scripts. How I got to 36K a month as a high ticket closer. So can you just copy me? I was his number 2 closer, Jeremy Miners. So you can see some of those he's using. Trust and credibility, experience, 7 sales and life lessons. It's not just, I sucked at objections. 62 minutes of sales at a $5 million Dubai villa. Amazing. Dubai is very big for what we're doing. His worst ones is don't do this, how to turn, why prospects are not buying. So he's using more personal storytelling in a lot of these. We do this. He's using more numbers. You're seeing a lot better. They're still a little long, and he's using other industries. He's using other people in the industry. So what I would say across the board, it's not a huge niche. I think it's a little small. I think it's the wrong entry point. We're testing it. I think mentorship's always great. I've been in B2B sales for a long time, and we're just targeting more of the topics right now and some of the other ones, and then telling my story and stuff. But as we work and scale our agency and offers and digital ads management, but we're looking at all the agencies and all the different entry points and seeing, do I need to sell a product to this person? Should I perform the service? We're looking at digital products and agency models for digital advertising. Thank you so much for watching this high ticket sales review. I hope you guys learned something.